Hello everyone, this is Darker Joe, and today I'll be doing a count review just of my account. I'm going just to showcase who I gear, what all my units are, and some of their, just some of their gear in general. As a off-meta player in RTA, which isn't really common, so
Call. Mercedes, preparation complete.
like I'm in champion right now. Um, been champion past like 3 seasons, but not much you can do when you feed people. You're gonna get destroyed. I mean, but anyways, so I'll go over through my selling characters. Like my main one being Lilibet. I don't want to run through like exactly why I use them. I'll probably make a different video for them, but because this is gonna be a lot of units to go through, because I gear a lot of units, and a lot of people are more or less built for PvP, or at least RTA. Um, but I'll showcase some of the gear though. You can just pause it if you really want to see how it is. Max L, Triple S, speed immunity. Like I said, I might make a separate video going over like why I use them, or how to use them, or if or some of the units, because like obviously like these are my main units right now, the very top ones. But where it's some of my other units, I was thinking how I would change, what I would change on them, or like and she's almost triple S. I need one more for her. Euphine, man, Euphine still can use some. I love my Euphine. I use her. I use her actually probably one of my most played units, honestly. I still need a lot of imprints, and I still want to get a different artifact for her, but I'm only going to show some of the main units though. I'm not going to show all the gear first. Like for example, this is an 8 speed. I need a better speed than that. But yeah, Mercedes. I think Mercedes is pretty underrated too. I think she's an amazing unit. Actually, I actually can get rid of the effectiveness for I could do for health. And then Luna. I finally triple S her on this last Baron that we just got. Personally, I think Luna's an amazing unit now too. Like her buffs were super good. All right, now everyone else, I'm not gonna bother actually like showcasing all their gear. I mean, I'll show their stats, but I'm not gonna run through all. Those are just the ones that I really like to use a lot specifically. But like Strahd, you can just see. RB's kind of bait. I use him mostly for PvE, honestly, and kind of bait PvP. Chloe's kind of PvE. Celine. I'm skipping. I'm not gonna bother showing Casey anyone who I don't really use in PvP. I do want to work on her and make her a counter immunity set with Bloodstone as a bruiser. But right now I didn't have a good counter set or immunity set spared for her, so I just tossed her on speed crit with semi bruiser stats. But I don't use her too often though. But actually, I only use her in mock battles, I think. Senya, but Senya on your hand. Honestly, Senya is so good. I'm really happy with her. Valencia, I finally got her on immunity set. She was sitting there on speed crit for a while, so I'm happy to finally get her on immunity set. I'm recording, right? Yeah. I'll showcase her because I like the. I'm really proud of her stats. Same with Dilibet, which I get to next though. Actually, I'll show Senya's gear too because I'm really happy about Senya's gear. The ones I'm really proud of, I'll show the gear of. Their gear might not be amazing, and like for example, a lot of her gear is obviously specifically to her. Like I can't take half these gear and put on anyone else because she has specific uses. But you know, as far as her, like I'm really happy with how much attack, defense, and health she has, and even speed's pretty good. Dilibet on the other hand, I'm really happy about her too. I just need one more Lilibet, and I'll have her max crit rate. Like she has a great amount of defense. She has really high health actually for her, because a lot of Dilibets I've seen now have like what 13, 14 KHP or even less than that sometimes. So the amount of health and defense that she has with a Draco play, she's pretty tanky. But I still think she needs to get buffed though. She needs to be the true counter to Angel of Light Angelica. I don't use her too often. I need to give her immunity pieces because I don't have any more immunity pieces with attack sets main, so I just toss these two on because those are the only thing I have that's not being used right now, that has attack main right now. So I mean, pretend these are two immunity pieces, then I think I'll be pretty happy with her. Eaton, pretty straightforward. I think I need to. I think he's pretty good the way he is. Now I could drop this for HP main and make him even more have even more health, but like I like the fact he has decent speed, so he can get to his barrier and immunity quickly. So Ross, I used to have a 255 speed Ross a while ago, but I had to kind of lower him down for other people to work on other people. And I know a lot of Rosses now want people say you want effect res on Ross. I'm like, I do kind of want to get that on him, but Ludica is my fastest unit, which I actually could make her faster, but I want an immunity on her. I don't know why. Actually, hold on. What is the fastest I can make her? Let's see. This 21 speed and unity chest. 304. Probably. I don't think I'm gonna find anything faster. Yeah, 304 speed will be the fastest I can make her, but she suffers a little bit on effectiveness, but I need to actually. I'm not even using that shirt. I need to get that speed chest to someone. I mean that 21 speed chest to someone. Actually, I'm not even using Shuri. Amelia. I actually don't use Amelia too much in RTA. I use her in Guild Wars and stuff, but I don't really use her in RTA because I'm like pretty much most of my units are like off meta though. I just like to use the units that you don't expect. And I just started working on her actually a bit too, so she still needs a lot of work. I'm still working on Closer Charles too actually, because he works well with aggro, which is what I run, which is what I play. I have all 5 of the Banshees built because why not? I don't generally draft them much, besides for Wrecking Wars on when I actually kind of draft for the Banshees. She's my most interesting with Revenge Immunity set. Okay effectiveness, I guess, because you're probably going for the non-effect res units. Even some ER too, so I am not showing this. This is just random gear. She's So my Camarilla and my Misty Chan, the two Banshees I'm not really confident in, and I definitely don't draft unless it's mock battles. But I mean, she's okay, I guess. She's got decent defense and health. She got okay crit damage, just that she needs more attack. But you know, SCC is mostly for arena defense and like stuff like that, just defense. How do you feed? I need to work on finishing these two reforges, but manifestation stones are super annoying to get. But she'll get another 3 speed off of both of these, so she'll be at 233 speed with more health and defense. I think this gives you defense, right? No, okay. But she'll get more health at least, so. And attack. I think I don't have like, I had none on her too, so eventually I need to get more. I think my Earth UV is only like rank B as well, so I need like, what, 5? I need 4 more for my Earth one and 5 for this. I need 9 more U-Fiends. They get both of them maxed out. And oddly, I just kind of re-geared too. I don't draft her too often. I wouldn't draft her too much. I mean, she's a fun unit though, because she cuts down AoE damage by 30%. So she's basically like a super adamant that works for everything as long as it's AoE. But and her S3 actually is honestly kind of underrated though. Like her S3 is super good, especially if you have souls to spam your soul burn on that. Because 40% decrease CR with a silent and unable to be buffed for 2 turns is pretty huge. Like her kit's actually pretty solid. It's just that her stats are so bad and that she's just a full utility and support kind of thing. So I put this on as well, just so my lower effectiveness can actually start hitting higher ER units. Since it does all single attacks anyway, so why not? Honestly, I don't really use her besides for just forcing a ban out, because that's an easy ban because she's one of the most broken units in the game right now. I still need to get her last 2 awakenings, but you know. And I know mine's slow, but mine's semi-tanky, I guess. With pretty good effectiveness. I'm not super high effectiveness. I still need to get Angie still for this. So I can still get another, like, what, 13%? So that's another 7. So I put her at 177. I know she gets another 12% from Awakening, actually, too. Right? 12 ER and 12. Okay. Actually, I have the... Oh, no. Oh, I can get her... I already have enough of this. I just need to get, Blazing Rage. I'll do it later. So I can get 6-star Awakening later today. Unless I was going to use that for someone else. I don't know. Charlotte. I'm still on the speed immunity set, Charlotte, with Justice for All. I haven't switched to Lifesteal, which most people are switching to, or have switched to already. I don't. I'm more of a Wyvern farmer than a Banshee farmer. I mean, I can deal. I don't mind farming Banshee. Lifesteal is so annoying to get through. Try to get through, especially when there's so many other sets there. So maybe if I get some Lifesteal set while searching for counter sets, I'll do it. But right now, I'm happy with the way she's built on this. She's at no points on that. Yeah. Luca's PvE, so I'm not gonna show it. Wrecker Moore, I think I need to get more health on her, but I'm really happy with her build though. She's really fast, speed immunity, or decent speed with speed immunity. Good, pretty decent effectiveness. I need to. Oh, and that. Honestly, she's honestly probably the best of the Banshees, because I think you can actually. I think she actually is viable to use. I mean, People don't use her because obviously there's way better options. And if you really wanted her passive, well, not the lifesteal, but if you really wanted the every time someone dies, it heals everyone by 20%, you just use Sinful Angelica, but or the new artifact from the side story, which I think would be kind of fun to put it on her. Just when you kill someone, your entire team gets 40% of their health back. It'd be kind of fun. I might try that. I might try it out just for fun. Just have everyone heal 40% health when you kill something, because they'll stack with her passive. Honestly, I think if she gets a specialty change, she could honestly be viable. Like in RTA, people might actually start picking her up if she gets a specialty change. Because the biggest thing that's holding her back is she's kind of like a turn 1 unit in a way, but she's too slow. 106, what I think was her. Yeah, 106 is her base speed. So she's too slow to be like a turn 1 unit. And she's not, I mean, she's the second tank. No, she's middle. I think she's like the third tankiest of the Banshees. So, because Pearl Horizon and Gloomy Rain, I think, are both tankier overall. But yeah. But honestly, a 20% CR push with a 100% chance of death break for 2 turns is not bad at all. Like, not to mention her S2 giving everyone 10% lifesteal, and then when someone on the enemy team dies, you heal for 20%. Everyone heals 20% of their health. So she's really good in a bruiser comp. That's generally when I would draft her. And Gloomy Rain, honestly, Gloomy Rain's a lot of fun. Especially on counter set. Like, I have put on Banshee though. I'm not Banshee. I put her on Abyssal Crown because it helps her out with being more like, because I'm not building her for damage. You could build her for damage though, because she has built-in RNL and a speed imprint that a lot of people forget. Like, she's a speed imprint, but 15% chance to get an extra turn that doubles to 30% if she has a debuff on her. She can definitely be a unit you can use as a damage, but it's kind of scary because if you're going damage, you're not going to have a lot of tank in you. And in that case, if you're going to go for the damage counter, if you're going to go for the countering them and the damage type of thing, you just pick Champion Zerato. But I'm using her for the debuffing, and honestly, she's a lot of fun because you can counter into a free turn, basically. Like, if a Cerise hits you with an S3 and she counterattacks and procs her extra turn, which could proc off of a counterattack or a dual attack, she instantly gets her free turn. So, which then you have a chance to just use S3 to send back whatever debuffs you have on her to everyone on the enemy team, with even a chance to stun because of Abyssal Crown. So, heavily, super RNG related, but I think, but I mean, I like how tanky she is. She doesn't really do a lot of damage, but she has a lot of debuffs. She has a lot of chance to debuff with her sending back debuffs on the S3 and Abyssal Crown and stuff. So she's fun. Kitty Clarissa, I don't actually draft Kitty Clarissa all that much, but I think I think she has enough ER. 215 and then 275 when you count Strax. I think that she's just too squishy though, and I think too slow. Like, I need to get her faster and more health, honestly, and then I'll be happy with it. I don't use her too often, but she's there. I got the one that obviously you get drop 20% CR when you use S2, which is pretty huge. Inos. Probably my most used unit, honestly. I got her on decent enough tank that she can survive a hit or a few hits, and then with this, honestly, this artifact is so good on her, especially how fast she is and 85 effectiveness. People don't really ban her often in RTA, but when they do, I'm kind of just screwed. I just lose. I use her in practically every RTA match because, like, I love my Inos. But I'll go over exactly why I like her and maybe other units and stuff later on, but because I don't want this video. It's already 20 minutes. I'm just now getting down to maybe half of my unit. Actually, I don't know. With the whole combat readiness, combat power boost. I don't know if this is considered the half mark now or because everyone's combat powers is just all over the place now, but which I actually kind of like. But anyone who doesn't know what Inos does should actually look at her kit, though. She's actually a really solid unit. If she gets a specialty change as well, I think she also is going to be easily a meta unit if she got a specialty change. Definitely, because her kit is super solid. The only thing that's holding her back is being a 3-star, so her base defensive stats are super bad. Her base health, her base speed is like 104, that's right, yeah. Her base speed being 104 is also really, really bad. If she like was like a 115 speed like every other like general like decent opener, like F10 is a 115, a lot of units, I think Flitica is 115. Like, I don't know what Oxide looks like, it's 112. But like a lot of those units, a lot of the units are around 12 to like 115 now, unless it's like, you know, Cerise at 122 or the obviously 888 Kali are 128 or something like that. But you know what I mean. They're at least 112 to 115 if you're gonna at least have a chance to be turn 1 unit. Then she's only 104, so if she was around that level, she'd honestly be super scary with more health. But Carrot, I don't draft, and I don't really care for her too much, honestly. So, I mean, she's there. She can obviously still delete stuff with the S3, S1, you know, combo. A lot of times, if I do draft her, it's really just a force a ban. I don't really care to use her. LR Crow I use sometimes, but he's a pretty solid unit still. I still think, especially with Bellion coming out now, with Bellion out, I think he might start seeing some rise again because he's pretty good into her. Because constantly having people, you know, having her attack you once or twice, like always, you know, lowering down your cooldowns is pretty huge. So, Crow I still use pretty often, but you know, no ER though, so that's kind of the bad thing on this though. But and kind of too slow. But I think his health is pretty good. I think his defense is kind of low end honestly, but I nerfed him down way too hard. I kind of use him mostly for Expo at this point. I used to have a way higher tankiness one and decent speed and immunity, but I don't really use him too often. No. SSB is kind of PvE. I don't really use her. Same with GP. Maid. I don't draft Maid too much actually. Yeah, I don't really draft Maid all that much. So so that's why her gear is not amazing. Christy, I'm still kind of working on Christy. I think I like the amount of effect res she has, but I think she could still use it more. But you know, 203 speed with speed immunity, she actually would get well, obviously 5 more speed off of this, and what I think it was 8% more ER. I just want to give her 2 more ER if I wanted to, but I don't know if I want to waste the manifestation stones to ever reforge this. It's just kind of bad. This one on your hand is pretty good. But this one, I don't know. But if I did, that would put her at 240 F-res and 210 speed. And maybe enough defense to hit the 1500 defense. Violet, I'm still kind of working on him, but I don't really draft him much either myself on that. But yeah, he's still... I want to reforge this. It's okay. Oh, that's right. I specifically went for an immunity main stat defense because I wanted his defense up. Nah. I think he's at too low of attack, honestly. That's my biggest thing on that. Deanne's kind of PvE. Katie's I use for Guild Wars. Sometimes. A bit too slow for me to pull her out in RTA. Honestly. Not slow, too squishy. Now, Misty Chain is on a weird thing. I'm trying to build her Rage Set immunity. Like, my goal will be Rage Set immunity on a Bruiser set. But it ain't working so well. and I didn't have an immunity set, so I just tossed on two health ones. So, because I want to focus on everyone else first for her, but Blood Moon Haste. He's I still need to max this out actually. Yeah, I think he's still pretty decent. He's got a great amount of health, but honestly, I think I even maxed out. I didn't even max this out, but you don't even need to, honestly, because with the amount of health I have on him, he gives everyone like a 10 to 12k barrier already. So Ram, don't technically use her too much either. I draft her sometimes here and there, but a little low on the attack and crit damage, and maybe a little more defense would be nice. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. Cirilla, actually, I just I didn't fully gear her. Hold on, what is she missing? Oh, I took her immunity boots off. Who did I take boots off from? I did just recently gear her, and I took boots off for someone else. Hold on. Who took her boots? Was it? No, it wasn't Dominion. Was it? I think it was. Alright, well, again, I'm not using Shrillia then. That's fine. Lots. I just recently got Doctor's back, so I'm trying to work on upgrading it and stuff, but Lots is more of a Guild War one for me, honestly. So I don't use him I don't definitely use him in RTA, but he's there for later on. Just leftover gear. Dominion. Oh, I just randomly tossed this on her for now. I want to, because I want to use this on someone. I think it'd be kind of fun to use this on her though. So I haven't started actually upgrading this. I don't use her yet all that much, but I want to start using her. I think her bulkiness would be fine, especially when I get this. Once I get this maxed out, it'll be another like 600, 700 health. So I'll put her at like 1650. Her speed will be 190 once you reforge this. And I think that'd be fine. I don't have this maxed out either, so that's another 23 effectiveness. So that will put her at like 81. I don't know if this gives you any effectiveness now. So it'll be 81 effectiveness, so that'd be pretty good. Ruana's PvE. And everyone else is either not geared or they're half geared. Like I know she's kind of semi-geared. Dark Horse has some random pieces left over. Shuri's got that freaking 21 speed chest I'm not even using right now. That's crazy. Oh, I think I'm in the process of actually working on her. I wanted to make him like a. Well, that's not a bad. That's a bad piece for him. That's randomly there. I think I wanted to make him like an actual like opener as well. The potential opener, like try to get him a 280 speed, be a speed imprint that actually can outspeed people too. Yeah. I want to work on RAM, honestly. I think RAM would be fun. Oh yeah, my second Lilibet from my bruiser side. Even she has an extra one on her too. I still need to work on Politis. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing with that. Oh, I have a Dominion right here. Alright, I'm gonna lock in. I'll worry about imprinting my next ones. Oh yeah, BBK. I don't think there's any freaking Xeno. Alright, well, that was my units at least. I will. Oh, yeah, I can showcase who I don't have. 92% people right now. From which the people I'm missing right now, so I still want a Pocket Ravi. The only force I'm missing is Infernal Quazu and Camellia right here. Then I'm too lazy to finish these specialty changes, but I'm still missing them. Then the only thing I'm missing here is Edda and then some ML5s. So yeah, I think have had most artifacts. Oh, okay, I don't have this one. Don't have that one. Don't have Knowledge Seed or Edda's artifact. This one I know you get from the Hall of Trials, alright? I think this is Hall of Trials. So I can get that anytime I want, really. I never gotten this one, it's right. And then this one I think was also Hall of Trials. And I know this is Guild Wars. But I'm still trying to max out my guide to decision, so I don't have the time to drop on that. Yeah, Hall of Trials artifacts. Wait. I think this is Hall of Trials as well then. This has to be. There's no way I don't got any randomies 4 stars. Anyways, that was me going over some of my units though. Like my build and stuff. I'm gonna make another video for talking more in depth about some of these units though. Why I think they're good, or in some cases underrated. Like honestly, I might make a whole video about most underrated, who I feel is underrated. And honestly, if I did that, probably most of the units I use would be considered what I would probably put on that list. But I would give you a hint though. Honestly, I think she is definitely underrated though as a unit, even in RTA. Maybe I'll make a whole video about her in general. Like Earth Euphine is so good, honestly. Especially when some people are still complaining that Rem is such a problem. But all you need to do is just build Euphine. I haven't had a problem with Rem ever since I built Euphine. But she's honestly like the best Euphine counter. I mean, Euphine is the best Rem counter, honestly. Or I mean, I can use a little bit and just extinct her, but if you need someone who can easily kill a Rem even through mitigation, especially for FCC, like, because that barrier allows Euphine to do 50% extra damage. Like, grab a Euphine, because honestly, Euphine with her artifact is insane. I mean, I'm still working on her artifact. I want to put this on. I want to put the artifact on. I want to put it on Lilibet, honestly, but where is it? Merciless Gun, yeah. I still need more. I want to work on maxing it though, but this is honestly a super strong artifact right now that I want to get maxed out, and I'm putting on Lilibet or Euphine or even Luna. Either of those three are super like amazing with this artifact. But yeah, as far as like most underrated characters to me, I think it's her. There's still people saying that she's bad. I'm like, how? First of all, she has a very solid AoE S2. So if you absolutely need range, you have it. She can one shot like pretty much a lot of units with the S3. Because I think that attack goes up to like, I don't know how high it was. I think it's like, was it like 3.0 basically attack scaling if you're hitting someone with a buff? It's like one of the strongest single target attacks in the game. I mean, Chloe's stronger, but and then you can have a soul burn for extra turn if you happen to have the souls. So she like deletes the Rem, which a lot of people are still complaining about Rem. And if you don't delete her, you stun her at least. So you can finish her off anytime you can at that point. But all right. Anyways, this dragged on a little bit longer than I thought. Actually, that wasn't too bad. But like I said, I might do a whole video about talking more about some more in-depth underrated characters as well. If you have any other ideas or you want to want me to do anything else, let me know. Until then, I'll see you guys next video.